everyone, so this is a quick yoga but with a little bit of a cardio workout. This is not going to be too long. We'll start in the easy seat, so sitting cross-legged, or you can also sitting on your heels as well, so whichever is comfortable for you. I'm going to start with a cross-legged stance, so just sitting cross-legged. We're gonna just take a moment to come onto the mat and just breathe for 1, 2, and 3. And on our next inhale, we'll raise our arms up. Exhale, we're gonna grab the left wrist with the right hand and bend over to the right side, keeping our sitting bones onto the mat. And just breathing for another 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, grabbing the right wrist with the left hand. Come onto your left side bend for another 3, 2, and 1. And we'll once again come on back to center with your arms lifted. Listen carefully. This time we're going to go into an easy twist. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine. We'll twist over to the right side, landing our fingertips onto our mats just a few inches behind us, and place your left hand onto the right knee. And we'll breathe through this for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, back up to center, arms lifted. Exhale, come onto the left side, placing your right hand onto your left knee, coming onto your left fingertips, and breathing for 3, 2, and 1. And we'll slowly come back to center, arms lifted. Exhale, arms down. Come onto all fours into your tabletop position. So spreading the fingers wide, lining up your shoulder with your wrist. And we'll come through with some cat-cow. So when we inhale, we'll drop the belly, squeeze your shoulder blades together, gaze forward, lift your tailbone towards the ceiling. Exhale, push the floor away around your upper back. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, pushing the floor away around your upper back and engage your belly. One last time, inhale, drop your belly, squeeze your shoulder blades, gaze forward. Exhale, rounding through the upper back and pushing the floor away, engage your core. And we'll slowly come back to a neutral back and slowly sit back onto your heel. We're gonna come through with some wrist stretches. So coming back onto your tabletop position, we're gonna turn the right hand so that the right fingers are facing are pointing at the right thighs. And we'll slowly sit back towards the heels, peeling our right hand off of the mat. And this is a nice wrist stretch for a lot of us who are at our computers all day. So just holding on for another 2 and 1. And we'll slowly come back to center, coming back to normal placement of the hands, this time changing to the left hand. So left fingers pointing to your thighs. Slowly sit close to your heels and peel the left palm off the mat. Keeping your shoulders away from the ears as much as you can. And breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Come back to your normal placement of the hands. We'll come back to that tabletop position. So keeping that line with your shoulders and your wrists. So this is called the bird dog. We're gonna extend the right leg back first. We'll see if we can lift that right leg off of the mat, but keep everything leveled. So I don't want you to raise your leg up too high. So keeping it leveled with your hip, We'll see if we can raise your left arm as you turn the left palm in. And this is what we call bird dog. So keeping everything together using core strength. So really fire up that belly and hold. Keep a flex in the right foot for 3, 2, and 1. And we'll come on down and reset. Coming onto the left side, extending your left foot first. Push through your heel as you raise the left foot off of the mat. Remember to keep everything level, so not shooting too high. Keeping everything leveled, we're going to see if we can raise the left arm up as we turn the left palm in. Remember to keep everything together with your core. Breathe for 3, for 2, and for 1. And we'll slowly set everything down. Come onto the balls of your foot and come onto a hover with your knees. Shoot your tailbone up towards the ceiling. You can bend a lot at the knees and your feet doesn't have to come all the way down in your downward dog. So just focus on shooting that tailbone up towards the ceiling and then slowly see if you can straighten your legs a little bit more. Breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Gaze forward, bend a lot at the knees, step or hop towards the front of the mat. While we're here, we're going to straighten the back, come to a flat back, place your hands onto your shin, and exhale, come onto a forward fold. So try your best to bring your chest towards your thigh. You can feel free to bend more at the knees here if needed in your forward fold. And we'll slowly stack the spine, come up all the way, raise your arms, maybe join the palms or maybe they don't join, but lift through your chest. Exhale, place the hands onto the sides of your body, palms facing forward, and we'll just breathe. Inhale and exhale. Sigh it all out. We'll inhale, raise the arms once again, lift through your chest, and exhale, come on down onto your forward fold. Inhale, come to a flat back, hands on your shin. Exhale, plant your hands, come back to a high plank. We'll come down all the way onto the belly with control. Inhale, come to your cobra, keeping your elbows bent. We're just lifting the chest. Squeezing your shoulder blades in towards each other. And exhale, we'll come back to our downward dog and we'll hold for 5, 4. Remember the focus of downward dog is to shoot your tailbone up towards the ceiling for 3, for 2, and for 1. Gaze forward, bend a lot at the knees, step or hop towards the front of your mat. Inhale, come back to that flat back. Exhale, come back to forward fold. And inhale, come up all the way, stacking your spine. Raise your arms, lift through your chest, and exhale, hands by the sides. We'll go through that one more time, more smoothly, a little bit faster. We'll inhale, raise the arms, lift through your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to high plank. Come on down all the way onto your belly. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, back into your downward dog. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend a lot at the knees. Hop or step towards the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, back into your forward fold. Inhale, stack the spine, come up all the way, lift your arms. Exhale, hands by the sides. Now we're all warmed up, and we'll do that one more time with just a little bit of a twist this time. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands back onto that high plank, strong core. Come on down all the way onto your belly. Inhale, cobra pose, or this time straighten through the elbows, lift your thighs, and come to your upward facing dog. Exhale, come back to downward facing dog. This time, raise your right leg up and back. Keep your hips square. Exhale, round the back end. Keep your knee into your chest, and we'll hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll step through to a runner's lunge. So coming from your runner's lunge, we're going to inhale, lift the arms up into a high lunge, and we're going to do some dips. So we'll dip for 5 times. Dip down to your low lunge, come back up. That's 1. Dip, 2, 3, 4, and 5. From your high lunge, we're going to turn the left foot so that the left heel can come down onto the mat. Open to your first warrior 2, gaze forward. Stay for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll exhale, straighten through your front knee and come on down onto triangle pose. And we're going to do this dip for 5 times. So coming back to that warrior 2 and then coming back to this triangle. So when you inhale, come back to your warrior 2. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, triangle pose. That was the second one. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, triangle pose. Third time. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, triangle. One last time, make it count. Inhale, warrior 2. And exhale, back into triangle pose. Just breathe, stay in this triangle for 3, 2, and 1. Bending through the knee, we'll come back to that runner's lunge. Come back to 3-legged dog and set the foot down. So we're back in to downward facing dog. Just take a moment to reset all of that. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, raise your left leg up and back. Exhale, curl your left knee in towards your chest and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, strong core, and 1. Step through to your runner's lunge. Stabilize, spread your toes wide, and we'll inhale, lift the arms up. And you know the drill, this time we're dipping the right knee to a hover and then coming back right up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to open up to your warrior 2. So leaving your right heel down onto the mat this time, open your toes towards the long side of the mat. Open up to your warrior 2. Gaze forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, straighten the front knee. Come down to your triangle pose, and we'll do this 4 more times. Inhale, back into warrior 2. Exhale, back to triangle. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, triangle pose. 2 more times. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, triangle pose. And 1 last time, inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, triangle pose, and we'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending through the front knee, come back to your runner's lunge. We'll shoot back all the way to a 3-legged dog and come on down to downward dog. Breathing for 3, 2, and 1. We're actually going to cross the legs and come down to sitting. Come to your staff pose, flexing through the legs, toes pointing up, pushing through your heel. And place your hands beside your hip. And squeeze your shoulder blades, lift through your chest, chin to chest, staff pose for 3, 2, and 1. Next, we're doing a boat pose. So I want you to lean back, and you can leave for the first one. We're going to do this 3 times. So for the first one, you can leave your feet onto the mat. Lean back, keep a bend in the knees, keep your back straight. You have 2 options here. One is to grab the back of your leg, so just the back of your thigh, or you don't have to grab onto anything and just extend the arms, palms facing each other. So pick one option, and we'll inhale, set up, lengthen through the spine, exhale, lean back. Feet still on the mat, and I'm going to do this option. So extending the arms, we're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll come back up, grabbing the back of our thighs. So next, we're gonna see if we can come to a hover with the feet. So you can either stay grabbing the back of your thigh and just lean back, or have the arms extended out. So when you're ready, we'll meet in this boat pose, and we'll hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. So one last time. So make this last one count. Really use that core strength. Really feel the core hugging in. So for the last one, you can even come to a straight leg. So straighten through your legs, extending your arms, or you can stay where you were. If you were grabbing onto the back of your thigh in the last one, you can see if you can extend your arms forward for this one. So ready? Lean back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll come back to that kind of like a half staff pose. Let it go, shake it out if you need to. We're gonna come down all the way onto the mat. So we'll practice bridge pose 3 times. We'll place the palms down towards the mat. Really press through your palms and keep a light squeeze in your shoulder blades. So bring your feet as close to the hip as you can. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, lift through your hip. And really squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. You're welcome to stay pressing the palms down, or see if you can interlace the fingers behind and extend the arms. Pull the wrists apart and see if you can lift higher in your hip for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Windshield wipe if that feels good. And we'll set up for the next one. So for the next one, keep your palms facing down. Squeeze your shoulder blades in and lift through your hip. Breathing, and you're welcome to stay, or you can try interlacing the fingers behind, or if you want to practice for full wheel pose, extend your arms up and over the head. Place your palms beside your ears, bending through the elbow. And that could be your pose, but keep in mind, I want you to keep a squeeze in the elbow, and that's your practice for today. And also keep a squeeze at the knees, so it's like you have a block in between them. Otherwise, if you are in the last variation with your palms on the floor, or your fingers interlaced behind, just stay where you are. See if you can lift your hips higher. Those who are practicing for wheel, make sure you're squeezing your elbows in towards each other. And we'll slowly let it go, release. And one last bridge pose. You can make a choice if you want to practice for full wheel or you want to stay in bridge. Either way, it's still your practice. So we'll get set up. Push through your palm, lift through your hips. Make sure to keep a squeeze at your knees so it's like there's an imaginary block in between them. And you're welcome to stay if you're just practicing bridge pose. If you want to practice for wheel pose, bring your arms overhead. Place your hands beside your ears. Keep a squeeze in the elbow. And you can stay in the back, on the back of your head, or if you feel comfortable, you can also come onto the crown of your head. But keep that squeeze in your elbows. For another 3, 2, and 1. Set it down, windshield wipe the legs. And we'll do a couple of cool down stretches to end the workout. We're going to cross the right leg on top of the left. So bring your arms out towards a T shape and let those knees fall off to the left side. Help your knees come down onto the mat with your left hand. And maybe gaze to the right, or just keep your gaze onto the ceiling. Supine twist, breathing through it. And we'll slowly come back to center, unravel the legs, and switch your cross. So this time, left leg on top of the right. Keep that T shape at the arms, and let those knees come off to the right side. I just heard a crack. And you can keep your knees towards the mat using your right hand. And you can either gaze towards the left side or just keep gazing up. 3, 2, and 1. We'll come back to center, unravel at the legs. This time come to a hover with the legs and see if you can grab the outer edges of your feet. Push your feet down towards the mat, and I want you to see if you can press your lower back onto the mat. So keep that low back glued onto the mat. You're welcome to add a little bit of a rocking motion in your happy baby pose, or just stay where you are. Maybe close the eyes, and we'll stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly unravel, extend your legs, set up for Shavasana. Placing the hands by the sides, turn your palms facing up. We'll practice this kind of a breathing technique before we go into Shavasana. So be aware of your ribs, your chest, and your belly. So when we inhale, I want you to breathe right into the belly, feeling the belly expand, and then the ribs, and then your chest. And when you exhale, I want you to exhale from the chest first, feel the ribs contract, and then lastly, the belly. So we'll go through that one more time. Inhale, all the way into your belly, feel it expand, and then the ribs, and then the chest. Exhale, feel the chest contract, the ribs, and then the belly contracts. One last time. Inhale all the way into your belly. Ribs expand, chest expands. Exhale, chest contracts, rib cage contracts, and then your belly contracts. And we'll slowly let that go and come to resting, letting go of all your muscle engagement, melting into the floor. Maybe close the eyes. And we'll bring back our awareness to our bodies. Wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers, maybe making some really small circles with your ankles, with your wrists. Roll onto one side into a fetal position, whether it's on your left or right, and slowly make your way up. Taking your time, coming back to that easy seat, the way we started. Crossing at your legs. Placing palms at the heart center, thanking yourselves for showing up onto your mat today. Thank you for practicing with me, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you. Namaste.